You want to take
They were
this?
straight during the week.
There's a few there. I live right down the street from this place.
Thank you.
At least for a little. I'm playing your mom.
Yeah.
I just remembered something. Were you ever in Adele's class? We did a scene from Taxi where I had rollers in my hair and you were, I think you played the Fonz, Henry Winkler's part in, right? And I think it was my first thing I ever did. Taxi?
Yeah.
I don't like the gates.
Taxi?
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Do you live, or do you still live over in Glendale? Like in
Yes, it's
Lafayette?
still.
Yes. I remember driving up to your house.
That's right. Okay. Yeah, we
It
don't
just all came back to me.
Wow.
And then you left yesterday. I was
Yes,
like,
I was
I
actually
finally remembered when we were doing this.
I haven't been back since everybody else playhouse in a long time.
Well, it's not even. I think. Well, at least Gary Imhoff, he left, so he started his own class. Because after I did Rick's class, I wasn't in it much longer because I was getting sick from the cigarette smoke. It was always a ton.
Okay.
And so then I switched to musical theater class.
Okay.
Like 2 years later, after I was in a show with somebody, and they said, "Oh," because what they told me was, "You can't do that class until you've done Adele's class." And I was like,
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I know Gary Imhoff. I think I'm friends with him on Facebook, but never had a chance to do this class.
He has open class a lot Thursdays for the Opal Master class. But I'm not in it all the time. I just take it by Opal Master class. And he has a Saturday. It's right there in North Hollywood. Really close.
Okay. It's been on my list to do.
Yeah, you should just go to his open classes.
Never had time.
But it's so funny. I finally, I was like, I think I did the first thing I've ever done in that class with you.
What have you been doing since then?
I'm still performing.
I think he had. I just auditioned.
No, it's an interesting thing. An interesting thing is when I came,
I was just like yesterday, 2 days ago, in San Francisco. It's changed. It's like, I assume it's completely different.
And they
just happened to be.
oh, funny. Oh.
Great.
Good to see you again.
Already imagined. That's crazy. Full circle. That's crazy.
Crazy.
We're still it's like walking down a grave. No, it wasn't even in our culture. It's very weird.
Oh, I love that picture.
Post again. Are my friends on Instagram? I thought we are.
yeah.
During that show,
Everybody was everywhere.
Yeah.
Like Twin Peaks, the girl
At the beginning
the
of
show
the
is
night, I
about.
said,
Oh no.
I've never heard that.
I've heard other ones. I've heard
in the middle.
Melissa Joan Hart.
I broke the rules of
Melissa Joan Hart.
They still will.
I think people are totally wrong. I get Lucy Liu.
I hate that you can't tag it after you're done.
I also looked up when I was
You're gonna see it again.
Thanks for letting your story.
yes.
So clearly beyond.
back in the day.
But I get it.
Okay, folks, we're going to proceed with Act 2, which is significantly shorter than Act 1.
I'm still ineligible.
Hey, don't sit down.
We all ready, folks? Okay, here we go. Act 2. In a Tenderloin street, little Rosie runs down the street, frantically looking behind her to make sure no one is following. She stops to catch her breath and then runs off. In Jessie's apartment, Jessie sits in an armchair, moping. She drinks Jack Daniels and smokes a joint. She is listening to the special song from when she first met Carmen, now playing on her record player. She stands, paces, and talks to herself.
Baby doll.
She goes to the phone, picks up the receiver, and starts to dial. Frantic, knocking at the door. Jessie puts back the receiver and goes to look through the peephole.
Oh, Rosie, no, I'm in no mood for company.
Let me in, Jessie. I got news.
She lets Rosie in.
They took him. Nabbed him off the street.
Who did? Wait, who did they nab?
Giuseppe and that creepy blondie. They snatched Pearl and Penny.
Does Bunny know?
No, I come tell you first.
Okay, go tell Bunny. I'll be there in a few minutes.
Okay, boss.
Rosie runs out and Jessie picks up the receiver.
Red, did you hear what happened? Looks like Whitey's guys got Penny and Pearl. Meet me over at Bunny's as soon as you can.
At Bunny's apartment, she's primping in the mirror and applying lipstick.
Dios mío, no one is safe now. They can just snatch us off the street like that.
Calm down, Rosie. Jessie will be here soon. Why don't you have a drink?
Make it a rum and a Coke. But skip the Coke, I need it strong.
Bunny makes the drinks. Jessie enters. Bunny gives Rosie and Jessie their drinks.
On the rocks, double shot.
Poof, you always know what I need.
What are we going to do? Those girls could be dead.
Let's all sit down and talk about this. Now tell us what you know, Rosie.
That old whore, Betsy saw it. Pearl was out with Penny, showing off the mink. Whitey's guys just came up and snatched them right off the sidewalk. Threw them in Whitey's Cadillac. Mamma mia, what's happening to them now?
It's okay, Rosie. We'll get them back.
We have to do something right now. If we don't get those girls back, our credibility is shot. We'll have no clout on the street.
I'm open to ideas.
We got to light candles. Lots of incense.
Is this some kind of Catholic thing?
Santeria. My abuela taught me. She talked to the spirits. I'll make a voodoo doll out of Whitey. That'll get him.
Okay, thanks, Rosie. Any other ideas?
Jessie, I know a sniper who's on leave from Vietnam. He likes to freelance.
You mean just take out Whitey?
Without him, those guys will be like chickens with their heads cut off. They won't mess with us again.
Bunny, you know I'm a good Catholic girl. I can't do that.
If we don't stop them now, no one's safe. Every street thug will think they can walk all over us.
What about Pearl's connections? That uncle in the Chinese mob. She didn't want him involved before, but now
There's
maybe...
a knock on the door. Bunny gets it and Big Red enters.
Thanks for coming, Red. Okay, you know the situation. What more can you tell us?
2 of my guys were tailing Pearl and Penny, but the girls told them they were taking the night off, so the guys went home.
Went home? This is how they protect us? What good are you guys? Disappear when we need you. Poof.
Well, they can't watch us 24 hours.
Look, I love you girls. I'd do anything to keep you safe. Listen, I lived in the TL for more than 20 years. I know every misfit who comes through here, and I love you all. Those lowlifes are coming in from the Fillmore and making trouble. I'll take a stand. Me and my guys would lay down our lives for you.
Respect, Red. Okay, I got an idea. We'll offer a reward. $500 for anyone who helps us find the girls. Red, you and your guys can help us spread the word.
You got it, Jessie.
Okay. Thanks for your ideas, girls. We'll keep those on the back burner. For now, we're all on lockdown. No business until this is over. We don't go on the street without an escort, and no drugs or alcohol. We gotta stay sharp.
Jessie scribbles a note on a piece of paper and hands it to Big Red.
Get this to Carmen. I've got to talk to her.
And she hands him some cash.
Tell everybody in the TL about the reward. Okay, just for insurance, you can make that voodoo doll.
Ooh, I get right on it, boss.
In Whitey's hideout, Pearl and Penny are tied to chairs in a sparsely furnished studio apartment off an alley. Blondie and Giuseppe guard them while Whitey looks on. Giuseppe is smoking.
Just seeing you there makes me hot.
He blows smoke in Penny's face.
You're such a man when you got a girl tied up.
Shut up!
Whitey nods at Blondie and Blondie slaps Pearl.
If you'd have come work for me, you wouldn't be sitting there right now. That little dyke pimp is getting to be a pain in my ass.
He picks up a mink stole which is draped over a sofa.
Did she give you this?
Pearl doesn't answer and Whitey tosses the mink to Blondie.
You ain't gonna be needing it no more.
Blondie tears at the mink, making several rips.
So what are we gonna do with him now, boss? I can think of what I want to do with that one.
It's because of your damn crush that we got to deal with this. I told you just to scare them. But now that they're here, we could use this. I'm gonna think on it. I got some business right now. Go ahead and have some fun with him while I'm gone.
Whitey exits.
I've been waiting to be alone with you. Let's see those pretty white thighs.
She's just 15 years old, you creep.
Shut her up!
Blondie ties a gag around Pearl's mouth. Giuseppe touches Penny's thigh again and brings his cigarette closer to her.
Please don't!
On the Tenderloin streets, Red and the other Hell's Angels appear, spreading the word on the street about the missing girls. They talk to Angel and Zada, who say they'll mobilize the queens, to Tulip, who will bring the hippies, to random hustlers, butches, and basically everyone in the cast that we can muster, some as their own characters and others dressed as sundry types. Tulip returns with another hippie, etc. Angel and Zada return with one or two more queens, maybe a short reprise of Angel and Zada's act, with the idea that everyone from A to Z is coming together for the search, that they're all one when it comes to protecting each other. The word spreads from one person to another, then with some offering hints, glimpses, clues, and wild speculation. As this intensifies, outrage grows about the Fillmore pimps. The TL people are tired of these guys wandering into their neighborhood and causing trouble. There's a growing realization that they're all misfits, social outcasts, etc., who found a home in the TL, and they don't want to be pushed around. No matter how different they all are, no matter how, they will come together to protect one of their own. Finally, a motley mass of people moving as one sweeps through the streets looking for the girls. Carmen stops somewhere on the street. What's going on? They tell her. Red sees her and gives her Jessie's note, and she rushes off. A man in a fedora asks one of the passing people if they've seen Jessica Ralston, and shows her a picture. You mean Jessie? The person asks. Tulip pulls aside Big Red and tells him something that we don't hear. Red and his fellow Hell's Angels exit. Back in Carmen's mother's apartment, Carmen and her mother are at the kitchen table. Carmen finishes rereading the note, puts it down, and paces back and forth.
She says the night I broke up with her, she was gonna ask me to move in with her.
Dios mío. God saved you from heartbreak.
Maybe I was wrong, and now she's in trouble.
Mija, that's her trouble. She chose her path. Her life, it's unnatural. She's being punished.
Are you saying I'm unnatural because I love women?
You're young. You don't know. When you were a girl, I had dreams for you. I dressed you pretty, ribbons in your hair. I dreamed you marry a handsome man and have beautiful children.
Mama, Jessie and I had dreams, and she treated me like a princess.
Then why's she not here now? On her knees begging you to forgive? No, she run around town with that, what did you call her, dates and pearls girl?
She said it's all business with Bunny.
And you believe her? What kind of business they do?
I don't care, I just need to know if she loves me.
Carmen looks at the note again.
She says she can't leave, but she'll send someone to escort me. She just wants to talk.
You going fall for that? You did right when you told her no more.
Mama, I can't eat, I can't sleep, I cry every day. I don't know if I can live without her.
Maybe you love her now, but can you trust her?
When you left Mexico to follow Papa here, how did you know? He went away for 3 years. You told me you almost changed your mind.
I was afraid to leave my family, my friends, my country, but I loved your father.
Mama, I love Jessie.
They embrace. Back in Jessie's apartment, Bunny talks with Jessie as a Hell's Angel stands by.
Rosie and me can't stay holed up forever. We gotta make money.
Any word from Red?
He came by this afternoon. It seems like the whole TL turned out to find the girls. The reward really worked.
So did they find him?
Not yet, but they got a lead. It seems like Wino Bill saw them. You know, the guy who goes up and down the alleys looking for wine bottles? Yeah. He told Tulip he saw them going down an alley.
Well, I hope Bill remembered where it was before he passed out.
There's a knock on the door. It's Carmen and Big Red.
Thanks, Red. Will you and Bunny excuse us?
Big Red turns to leave.
Maybe Carmen shouldn't be here. It's not safe.
I'll take care of Carmen. You just go back to your place.
Bunny and Big Red leave, and Jessie starts to hug and kiss Carmen.
Baby doll.
Carmen pushes her away.
You wanted to talk?
Jessie leads Carmen out onto the balcony, and Jessie leans on the railing, turning away from Carmen.
I've been a wreck without you.
Why didn't you call?
2 of my girls got kidnapped. I gotta find them. But I was thinking about you the whole time.
You're in a dangerous business. Would it always be like this? Would your girls always come first?
You come first for me. I'll keep you safe.
I've been thinking if I could be part of your world, but I'd always be worried. Are you gonna get hurt? Where are you every night? Are you gonna fall in love with one of those damn girls?
I know it's dangerous. I'm just doing it to make enough money so that we can be together and never have to worry again.
Jessie, you don't have to be a gangster. I met a couple of women who are part of this group, Daughters of Bilitis. It's just for gay women. They have regular jobs, they lead normal lives. We can join.
Yeah, I heard of them. They're weekend lesbians. During the week, they act straight. Then on the weekend, they have their little tea party. This is who I am full time.
It could be a start, just to meet new people.
Carmen, those women are all femmes. They can pass for straight, like you. You don't get what it's like to be a butch. They don't want someone like me. I know a butch who went to one of those meetings. They kicked her out because of how she was dressed. Listen, I've been putting away money. Once we have enough, we can split. I was going to get a fancy place here in the TL, but we could go anywhere.
What about the tits and pearls girl?
I told you, it's all business with Bunny.
Are you telling me you never slept with her? Or any of the girls?
When you're a pimp, you're everything to those girls. Father, brother, friend, manager, and sometimes lover, but it's not love. You're the only one I love.
I'm supposed to believe that?
It won't always be this way. In a couple of years, we could start over. Maybe buy a little house.
I've always seen us in a cute little house in Salinas with flowers and white picket fence. I'm running a restaurant. My mom's making her enchiladas. We have a lot of friends and they're singing and dancing. You come home from the office wearing your suit and carrying your briefcase, and we make love, wild and sexy love.
That's my girl.
Maybe a few little niños and niñas running around.
We'll see about that. This place is too small for both of us. But maybe it'd be okay for now. What do you say?
Or we can move to LA. My mom has relatives there. You have your parents.
You don't understand what it was like for me back there. White bread and cookie cutter. Everybody has to fit into the mold. I felt like I was suffocating. At least here, even if it's dangerous, I can breathe.
Your parents haven't seen you in a long time. Maybe they can accept you now.
I only need you to accept me.
You'd have to stop drinking so much and using. I don't want to be a widow before I'm 21.
Okay. You see that moon up there? I swear by it, I'll be a teetotaler, and I'll make so much money we won't know what to do with it all.
I'll be praying to that moon to keep you safe.
Te amo de por vida. Por vida.
They embrace passionately and begin undressing and move back inside, and Carmen removes Jesse's binder.
You don't need this for me.
She tosses the binder onto the sofa and they move into the bedroom. The lights dim. In a Tenderloin alley, Big Red and his Hell's Angel pal enter, wandering down an alley, apparently drunk.
You son of a bitch, I told you to stay away from her.
We was just talking, man.
I saw your hand on her ass.
They suddenly come to blows, crashing against trash cans and creating a loud ruckus. Giuseppe and Blondie the Swede emerge from a doorway.
Hey, keep it down out here.
Who's gonna make us?
You don't want to make my friend here mad.
Oh, yeah?
While Giuseppe and Blondie are occupied with these two other Hell's Angels enter the door from the other direction and sneak out with Pearl and Penny.
You don't look so tough.
I'm warning you guys, you don't know what you're asking for.
Blondie hears a sound and turns around just in time to see the angels and the girls running away. He starts to pull a gun, but Red tackles him before he can fire. Red pummels Blondie. Giuseppe tries to run away, but the other Red Hell's Angel jumps him. And then, done with Blondie, Red joins the other Hell's Angel, and together they knock out Giuseppe and run away. Back in Bunny's apartment, Jessie and Bunny play cards while Rosie absentmindedly sticks pins in her whitey voodoo doll.
Can't I have one teeny drink? I'm so nervous.
You heard what Jessie said. We gotta stay sharp.
This doll got so many holes now, Whitey gotta be feeling.
There's a knock on the door. Bunny answers, and Big Red enters with Pearl and Penny, who look disheveled and roughed up.
Oh, we knew you'd come through, Red.
Are you girls okay?
Those guys spoiled my mink. It's a bad luck mink.
Penny, come sit down. Tell us what happened. You can tell us, Penny. We're your friends.
Penny lifts her skirt and shows the burn marks on her inner thigh.
Those creeps.
Dios mío.
That weasel Giuseppe. He was mad Penny didn't want to be his girlfriend. So he burned her with a cigarette.
We've got to strike back hard, Jessie, or they'll just roll over us.
I could cut his head off. Or maybe we sacrifice a chicken.
My uncle has a shipment coming in next week. Opium from China. I'd love to put Whitey and his guys on that boat and drop them into the ocean.
Nice thought, Pearl, but if we get involved with a mob, there's no going back. We're in a whole different game.
I could set up a meeting with that sniper. He takes care of our problem. Then he goes back to Vietnam and no one can trace it to us.
I don't want to kill anyone. We'd be asking for an all-out turf war. More people could get hurt. There's got to be another way. Oh, Red, go over to my place and get Carmen, would you? She must be getting lonely over there by herself.
Isn't it too dangerous for Carmen? Maybe she should go stay with her mother.
I'll decide what's best for Carmen.
Big Red leaves. On the Tenderloin Street, Whitey strides down the street with Giuseppe and Blondie and stops at a corner.
You guys wait here. I'm gonna make nice with the little dyke bitch till things cool down.
You're not gonna let them get away with this.
Yeah, boss, we look like pussies.
Shut up! You're the one who got us in this mess. I told you just to scare them.
I bet they're scared now.
Whitey slaps Giuseppe.
They got the whole TL riled up over this. And now they got the Hell's Angels on the payroll. We gotta lay low. But don't you worry. Whitey's like a viper. He stings when you don't expect.
Whitey exits. In Bunny's apartment, Jessie, Bunny, Rosie, Pearl, and Penny are still there. There's a knock at the door and Jessie jumps up.
Oh, that must be Red with Carmen.
Jessie answers the door, but it's Whitey. Everybody freezes.
Chill. I ain't here to hurt nobody. I come by to apologize. My brother got a crush on your girl there. The fool got carried away.
Carried away? Show him what they did.
Penny shows the marks on her leg.
Your brother's a sadist.
Oh, man. I didn't tell them to do that. They went rogue on me. I didn't tell them to snatch your girls.
They're your guys. What are you gonna do about it?
I gave them a good talking to. Told them not to pull any of that shit again.
He pulls a bottle of whiskey out of his coat pocket and extends it to Jessie.
I brought this for you. A peace offering.
Your guys have been hassling people in the TL for months now. Not just my girls. Why should we trust you?
I don't want no more trouble. If this thing blows up, then we got a turf war. People getting hurt. It's bad for both our businesses. How about we call it a truce? Bet your girls can't wait to get their beautiful asses back on the street.
He extends the bottle again.
Shove it up your ass.
Whitey pulls a knife with his free hand and holds it up to Jessie.
Just try it, motherfucker!
Whitey looks from one girl to another and slowly backs away.
You're dead.
He wheels around and exits, and Rosie rushes over and clings to Jessie.
Puppy.
You did the right thing. Now he knows he can't push us around.
I don't know what got into me. That fool probably thought one of us had a gun. I'm so glad he didn't call our bluff.
Bunny pulls a small knife out of her purse and gives it to Jessie.
You're going to need this. Carry it with you all the time.
What about you?
I got one in every purse. Never know when a girl's gonna need some backup.
I'm scared, Jessie. He said you're dead. He don't fool around.
I got that sniper's number.
If you want, I call my uncle.
We can call your uncle later, if we have to. For now, it can't hurt to meet the sniper.
In the sniper's apartment, a thin, fit, weathered 20s Caucasian man, shirtless with frayed jeans, sits in an armchair cleaning his rifle. Loud rock music is playing. There's a knock at the door and then a louder knock.
Don't get your panties in a wad.
The man puts down his gun, goes to the door, and looks through the peephole.
I brought the friend I told you about.
The man lets Bunny and Jessie in.
Coffee?
We're not staying long.
The man sits back in the armchair and picks up the rifle.
Looks like an M16. That's a fine weapon.
Have a seat.
I hear you've seen a lot of action in protecting our country out there. And you're a good shot.
Mm-hmm.
And Bunny tells me you like to freelance.
What you have in mind?
Well, Bunny told you about our problem with Whitey. What would you charge?
1,000 for Whitey, 500 for anybody with him.
Whew. I don't know if that's in our price range.
I could give you a package deal for 1,000 or 500 for just Whitey.
That's quite a deal.
If I didn't have to make rent, I'd do it for free. That lowlife doesn't deserve to walk down the street. Plus, I need the practice.
Okay, well, we're certainly going to have to consider that. I think my associate and I need to talk this over.
Jessie quickly gets up and leads Bunny to the door.
We'll get back to you.
They exit and emerge onto the sidewalk.
Whew, that guy gives me the creeps.
He's good at what he does.
I don't want to get mixed up with someone who likes killing.
Well then, what do you suggest?
Okay, we'll talk about it back at your place. I got to take care of some business right now. I'll meet you back in about an hour.
Bunny exits and Jessie continues down the street, stopping at a large apartment building. Through the glass door, we see a burly repairman on a ladder fixing a light. Jessie tries the door, but it's locked. She knocks, the repairman ignores her, she knocks louder.
Hey, man, let me in. My accountant lives upstairs. I have an appointment.
You're Jessie the pimp.
That's right. Now let me in.
He climbs down from his ladder and opens the door, smiling broadly.
Hey, Jessie the pimp.
He hits her over the head with the pliers. She fights back, pulling the knife out of her pocket and stabbing him. They struggle viciously, and finally Jessie pins him down and holds the knife over him.
Please don't make me kill you.
A long moment as he contemplates his fate, then he falls back exhausted.
Hey, Jessie, is that you? What's going on down there?
Call an ambulance, Harriet.
In the jail visiting area, Carmen is escorted in by an officer and sits on one side of the glass waiting. 2 guards lead Jessie in prison garb, head bandaged, to the other side of the glass, and she sits opposite Carmen.
They put me in the daddy tank with the other dangerous criminals.
That's so unfair. It was self-defense.
I know, but they see a butch and a square white guy. Who are they going to arrest? I mean,
I found out why he did it. Why'd he put out a contract on you? Every low life in the TL wanted to collect on it.
we've got to get out of here.
We're taking up a collection for your bill. A lot of people are chipping in.
You can get the dough from my accountant. I was going over there when this happened.
Jessie writes something on a piece of paper and slides it over to Carmen.
Tell her I sent you. Carmen, there's a reason I went over there. I wanted to see if I had enough for us to split. For good. It's not a lot, but it's enough for a down payment on a little house.
Jessie, are you sure?
This is no way to live. Looking over our shoulder all the time, I don't want you to be always worried.
What about you? You said the TL is the only place you can be who you really are.
I got a taste for who I am here, but I don't have to be here anymore. I went from being a confused little girl to a pretty tough cookie with a lot of clout on the street. I took a ragtag bunch of girls and made them into a real professional crew. Those kind of skills translate. Maybe I'll start a new business.
What about us both being women? Could you really face that in the straight world?
Carmen, I look that guy in the eye. His life in my hands. I can face anything, and if anyone gives us a dirty look, I can knock their lights out. I just hope that guy doesn't die. Then I could be facing attempted murder.
One guard reappears and calls from the doorway.
Jessie Ralston,
Yes?
you're being released.
Did somebody pay the bail?
All charges have been dropped on orders of Captain Clancy.
Oh, I just have to say goodbye.
Clancy, I thought you stopped seeing him a long time ago.
I did. I guess he has a good memory.
I don't want you mixed up with that Clancy again.
No, don't worry. But he could be the answer to our Whitey problem.
Just a minute ago, you were saying you were ready to leave.
I am, but I've got to make sure all my girls are safe first.
The guard reappears.
Go stay with your mom for a couple days, just till I get this taken care of. Then we can get 2 one-way tickets out of Dodge. Por vida.
Por vida.
The guard leads Jessie out and Carmen exits. In a bar, Detective Clancy sits, drinking a beer and glancing at the door.
Hey, what brings you to these parts? It's been a while since we've seen you in the TL.
I'm waiting for an old friend.
Jessie enters, dressed in a sexy cocktail dress and wearing a blonde wig, no more bandage on her head.
Been a long time since I've seen you looking that good.
I had to freshen up after being in that hellhole. Thanks for getting me out.
You didn't belong in there.
I was just defending myself.
I believe you, Jessie. Unfortunately, a lot of people look at anybody who's gay, especially a butch, and they don't see you as quite human. It's hard to get a fair shake.
You're telling me.
I talked to the assistant DA. You know, Bunny's friend. He took care of it.
Bunny does seem to hang out with the right class of friends.
What are you going to do now? I was thinking if you wanted, I could set you up in an apartment. You wouldn't have to work. It'd be a lot safer.
That's a very nice offer. But
Streets are getting too dangerous. You could use a friend.
I'll think about it. But even if I get out of the business, what about my girls? That turf war in the Fillmore's getting worse. Whitey's getting meaner. He kidnapped 2 of my girls.
Why didn't you tell me?
You know we can't get the cops involved. Anyway, and they're okay now. We got them back.
I could charge Whitey with kidnapping. But the girls would have to press charges.
Well, you know they can't do that. One of them's underage, and they can't get involved with the law.
So what do you have in mind?
Don't you think City Hall would be glad to get rid of the Whitey problem? I heard Mayor Aliotto is trying to clean up the TL so he can get those war on poverty dollars.
It could be time to crack down on Whitey. Meanwhile, I've been pretty lonely.
He rubs Jessie's leg. She takes his hand and they exit together. In the alley, Whitey, Giuseppe, and Blondie drunkenly joke around as they make their way home for the night.
That low-life saw Jessie in the daddy tank. She was banged up real good, bandage on her head.
That'll teach her. I wouldn't be surprised if she and that slutty girlfriend of hers didn't blow town for good.
Yeah, guess we won't be hearing from her no more.
And if that guy with the pliers dies, I won't have to pay the reward.
Two police officers sneak up behind them and pull their guns.
Freeze!
Put your hands up.
Why? What'd we do?
Come on, up where we can see them.
Yeah, we didn't touch those girls. They came over to party. Why? Did something happen if they left our place?
What girls? We got a call about some guys disturbing the peace.
We're taking you in for drunken disorderly conduct.
The first cop keeps his gun pointed at them. The second cop handcuffs Giuseppe and then reaches into his pocket and pulls out a bag with white powder.
What have we here? Wonder what I'll find on the other two. Drug dealing could put you guys away for a long time.
Realizing it's a setup, Whitey and Blondie start to run. Both officers fire after them. Whitey is hit in the leg but keeps running. Blondie turns, pulls a gun, and returns fire. Then Blondie is hit. Whitey escapes. Fred handcuffs Blondie, keeps his gun pointed at Blondie and Giuseppe. The first cop takes off after Whitey, and Fred punches Giuseppe hard in the gut.
That's for Penny.
In Buddy's apartment, Jessie, Bunny, Pearl, Rosie, and Penny share a bottle of wine.
And then my friend slugs Blondie and says, "That's for Penny."
What about your guy, Pearl? Did they catch Whitey?
Yeah, he was hit pretty bad. He couldn't run fast.
Your trick in every trade philosophy really worked out.
And old Clancy finally came through.
Puppy, do you think they're going to stay locked up?
Clancy says they're going away for a long time on drug possession with intent to sell. And Blondie's facing attempted murder of a police officer. He may never see the light of day.
Great work, everybody. This is really a class operation now. I think we're ready for the big time. Let's all take a break. And then I have ideas on how we can be safer and take our business up a notch.
What do you have in mind, Bunny?
No more street tricks. All by appointment, $100 minimum. After what we did, no one's going to question that Jessie is the #1 pimp of the Tenderloin.
Well, while we're talking about the future, I've got some news. I'm getting out of the business.
Huh? Puppy, you can't leave us now. What are we going to do without you, Jessie?
You girls will be fine. Bunny's always been the mastermind of this operation. I've given it some thought. Big Red and the Angels can keep an eye on you, and maybe someone else can make friends with Clancy.
Fred asked me to marry him.
Oh, what did you say?
I said I'd think about it.
Honey, are you old enough?
My mom has to sign. But she will. She doesn't care what I do, as long as I don't bother her and my stepdad.
But honey, how is that going to work? Do you swing both ways?
I don't know. I just know Fred loves me.
Well, maybe it's time for you to get out of the business too. You never were cut out for it, were you?
But Penny smiles, holding her stuffed dog.
I'm sure you, Fred, and Baxter will be very happy.
Jessie.
So it's time to celebrate. Whitey's out of the way, Penny's getting married, Miss Angel and Miss Zeta have invited all of you to our show at Pinocchio's. On them, drinks included.
You're coming too, right, Puppy?
I've got an important date with Carmen tonight. I'm gonna ask her something.
Ooh, Puppy, 2 weddings?
If you ask Carmen to marry you, don't even bother coming back here.
Girls, go on downstairs. A couple of Red's guys are down there waiting to escort you over to Pinocchio's. Bunny will be down in just a couple minutes.
The other girls leave.
Jessie, you can't quit now. We worked so hard to build up this business, and now Whitey's out of the way.
I can't do it anymore. I have to see what else is out there for me.
We could run a high-class call girl operation. Take it off the streets.
You always were the smarts behind all this. You don't need a front man.
Ever since I was 16, I had to make it on my own. I never wanted to rely on anyone.
You'll find somebody else. You found me. Maybe they won't be as cute as me, but you'll be okay.
Jessie hugs Bunny and kisses her on the cheek and exits. Bunny weeps. At Finocchio's, a boisterous crowd applauds as the MC appears on stage. Bunny, Pearl, Rosie, and Penny make their way to their seats.
And now for the act you've been waiting for, those queens, and I mean that literally, of North Beach, the incomparable Miss Angel and Miss Zada.
Angel and Zada enter to thunderous applause. They launch into their act, opening with their now famous A to Z song. On the San Francisco streets from Tenderloin to Union Square, a seated panhandler sits and plays a lonely song on the guitar in the same spot where Tulip used to be. Carmen and Jessie enter and pass the now fraying Virginia Slims poster and Turk and Taylor signs.
I miss Tulip. You know what she told me? The summer of love's over, and it's time for her to spread her wings and fly.
It'll be time for us too.
We hear the gunning of a motorcycle.
Good old Red. This may be the last time he has to babysit us.
They turn the corner at Taylor Street and we hear the soft sound of a saxophone from a jazz club. A well-dressed couple passes them and two couples nod at each other.
You know, I always love this turn onto Taylor Street. We're leaving the TL behind. The seediness, the misfits, everybody clawing for their little bit of happiness.
We hear the sound of a cable car and people laughing in a club.
Up here, they've got nice shops, clubs, the cable car. I feel like I'm part of humanity.
This is the world we deserve to live in.
At Finocchio's, as Angel and Zada continue to perform on stage, someone approaches Bunny. He whispers in her ear and she anxiously questions him.
Whitey's out. He talked Giuseppe into taking the fall. I've got to warn Jessie.
Bunny runs out of the club. On the street, as Jessie and Carmen approach the Drake Hotel, Jessie waves off Big Red.
Thanks, Red.
We hear the motorcycle roar away. Carmen and Jessie stop under a street light in the same spot they stood on their first date.
Are you sure you can give up the gangster life?
I think so.
What about the girls?
They're survivors. They survived before I came into the picture. And they've got Red now.
I can't wait to have you all to myself.
Hey, there's something I've got to tell you. I was going to wait till dinner. I had to pay one last visit to Clancy to make sure Whitey and his guys were put away, and he gave me more than I bargained for.
What?
You know that family you wanted? It might be coming sooner than expected.
You're pregnant? By Clancy?
Calm down. Calm down.
You lying son of a bitch. I never should have trusted you.
Oh. I should have known better. I'm so desperate. I wasn't thinking. I just wanted to make sure my girls were safe. I had everybody protected except me.
You want to keep this child?
It's not the baby's fault. And you'd be such a good mom.
It doesn't look like Clancy.
That's my girl.
Jessie takes a small box out of her pocket and gives it to Carmen.
What do you say?
Carmen opens the box and takes out a ring.
Oh, Jessie.
It's an emerald. For a lady with beautiful emerald eyes.
Carmen puts the ring on her finger and embraces Jessie.
Yes, mi amor.
We hear the roar of a car engine and Jessie turns.
Whitey!
Jessie starts to pull Carmen behind her. Shots ring out. The car engine revs and the tires squeal away. Jessie and Carmen drop to the ground. The spotlight narrows on the two girls. Jessie's body is draped over Carmen's. After a few moments, Jessie raises her head.
Carmen? Carmen?
Bunny rushes in but stops when she sees the two girls on the ground. Bunny and Jessie lock eyes. The lights fade out. There's a beat in the darkness. In the San Francisco harbor, a gray mist fills the stage as the lights slowly come up. Foghorns sound intermittently. Hazy moon shines through the clouds. We see the shape of the Golden Gate Bridge in the distance. A gangplank is at center stage, leading up to the outline of a large ship with the words, "The Flying Dragon," emblazoned on it. Pearl and Rosie, all dressed up in stilettos and fur coats, escort Whitey and a couple of guys to the gangplank. Whitey limps and uses a cane.
I can't wait to feel a real man grab my ass.
We so hot for you, Whitey. After all that time we spent with a dyke.
I knew you girls would come around. Too bad Jessie and her bitch got killed in that drive-by. What a waste of good pussy.
They're not even going to have a funeral. No one claimed the bodies.
It's not everybody tough enough for this. It's not everybody tough enough for this business. Now you're gonna know what it's like to work for a real player.
Oh, I can't wait to feel those fingernails on my back.
We know how to suck and blow till you can't take no more.
We're gonna make so much money, you won't know what to do with it all.
And those girls my uncle bringing from Hong Kong, they got skills they ain't even heard of here. You going to be able to charge top dollar.
Jessie and Bunny peek out from behind a cargo container. Whitey turns his back and talks to the two men behind him.
Can you guys believe we're doing business with Deadly Chang? we going up to a whole new level.
My uncle can't wait to be in business with you.
Your uncle's a smart man. He recognized real talent. I'm finally gonna get what I deserve.
Unseen and unheard by this group, Bunny whispers to Jessie.
It's time for us to go. The girls are doing just like we rehearsed. You've got a flight to catch.
I want to see him go up the plank.
Whitey and the two girls head up the plank, and just before reaching the top, Whitey stops.
Where are these girls exactly?
Oh, they're on another boat, just a few miles offshore. The Flying Dragon take us there. My uncle told them all about you. They can't wait to meet you.
Whitey, Pearl, and Rosie board the ship, and the two men follow them.
You sure you don't want to stay in the TL? The girls and me could help you raise the baby.
Nah. My parents are over the shock, and all they want to do is help. It's like Carmen said, they miss me so much, they don't give a crap about how I act or dress. They can't wait to be grandparents. My dad even said he'd help me find a sales job.
Big Red, the sniper, and two other black-clad men stealthily enter and climb the gangplank onto the ship. Jessie bows her head and crosses herself.
Forgive me, Father.
Jessie and Bunny start to exit. The moon emerges from behind the clouds. Jessie turns back and looks at it and touches her belly for a moment.
I'll name her after you, baby doll. Por vida.
Jessie and Bunny exit. The lights slowly fade out, and we once again hear the foghorn. The end. Thank you very much to our fabulous cast. We'll give people a couple minutes to decide what you want to do, and then we'll recollect for a talk back in just about 3 minutes. You guys don't need to stay. You may if you choose, but you don't have to.
If you can stay for the talk back, it's great. If you can't, please call or email me.